Welcome to the Never Sleep Podcast 1.2. This is me, your host, or your co-host, Hongo, aka Austin Perez, and my co-host and very good friend, Cole, aka Swish God. All part of Dream On.
What's good, guys?
Never
What's
sleep.
good? What's good? What's good? So we've tried doing this before. We had a bunch of guests on and shit. Kobe, stop fucking smelling that, dude. You do not want it. Fuck. Get away from the fucking. That's not good. Kobe, stop, dude. Fucking smelling fucking vibrator, dude. Fucking weirdo. But anyways, we've tried doing this before. We had a bunch of guests on and stuff like that. But then Austin and I have a lot of conversations privately, and we've been wanting to do this together for a while, so we're just gonna fucking vibe out. We're not. There's no script. There's nothing, bro.
Yeah, we're just going on straight vibes. Shout out my girlfriend in the chat. Hey, how you doing?
Shout out
My
Hongo's
beautiful
girlfriend. Shout out Austin's girlfriend. I bet you're an amazing woman.
She is. She is. Yeah, no. Jock said I gotta change the stream tunnel. That's what I was about to realize. I'm about to change that right now.
So stream it, yo. Make sure if you're in Hongo's chat, make sure you drop a follow. And if you want to do it, oh wait, hold on, we gotta get him fucking affiliated, dog. Let me fucking hold on a second, dog. I gotta pull you up real fast. I gotta put your stream in the background. What the only thing you were messaging or messing? Or, wow, dude, I can't speak. The only thing you were missing was the viewership, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's get him there, dude. He needs the average 3 viewers. We're gonna make it not as long as we usually do. We usually do like a fucking hour, but like we had a good conversation on the phone the other day. Austin and I've been hello there with each other for a minute, and you disappeared on me.
Yeah, no, bro. I know. I feel bad.
No. Like you actually just disappeared.
Oh, like I disappeared from.
Yeah. You gotta leave it up. No. You've always been there for me, dude. That's the homie, dude. No, is there Kobe? Get out of here, you motherfucker!
Hold on. It looks fine from my part.
Well, hold on. Why isn't that? Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah,
because it shows me that I'm on. It shows my camera's on. It's flipped, but it's on.
No, we're good. So we had a good conversation the other day, right? But like, let's first chill ourselves out. So yeah, if you're in Hongo's chat right now, make sure you drop follow. Let's get him affiliated. Dude, we need the average viewership. He's been on his fucking grind. Austin's been grinding, getting the stream shit going, dude. And like, it's nothing but respect. And then I'll be uploading it to my YouTube channel, SwitchGuy24, all socials. Make sure you check me out. Are you on YouTube, Austin, or no?
No, I'm not on YouTube. I tried streaming on YouTube, but I think I'd rather just stick to Twitch for now. I could do like a dual platform, but I'm just gonna stick to Twitch for now.
Are you uploading videos on TikTok and shit, or?
I upload clips. I did stream on TikTok for a while, but for some reason my computer does not like the key generator that I used. So the video you sent me, the key generator did not work.
Oh yeah.
And like it worked for a while, but my computer didn't like it, and so it disabled it completely and doesn't let me use it on my computer.
So in other words,
it says that it doesn't trust like.
Go ahead.
No, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
In other words, where can we find you on your socials? What is your handle?
I have an Instagram with clip pages. You can find me on TikTok. I upload clips at hongo.mx, hongo mx217 on Instagram, and you can find me here at hongo _
Oh no, we're lagging.
Yeah, what's going on?
No, it just bugged out. But isn't it Hongo with like 2 zeros?
Yes, Hongo 20.
H0NG0_TTV. Drop a follow. And even that, dude, if you want to support the homie, dude, just leave it up in the background. Just let it ride, dude. Let's get the man affiliated. But anyways, bro, we were having a great conversation on the phone the other day, dude. And a lot of it had to do with which you and I've talked about for almost like over 6 months at this point. Fucking relationships.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you have a little bit of a different, well, not necessarily, but you have a different outlook on things. And I think it's important for people to understand like where we come from when we talk about, because as the unks of the Smash scene, or as they would call it, the Smash Bros. Right? They call it, we're frat bros. All right, like we're just gonna be real about shit. We're just gonna talk about like how human interaction works for us, experiences that only pertain to us, and hopefully they can help you guys throughout the way. Because I don't know about you guys, I make a lot of really, really bad choices when it comes to that type of fucking shit.
Yeah, and I didn't make that. Yeah, we'll get into that, but I definitely play my part, especially with the whole like LR thing. But we want to keep it PG, keep it peaceful. So we don't invite
Yeah.
any any instigation on either ends of if you know you know. So
If
let's
you
keep it
know, you
peaceful.
know. And yeah, we ain't on that hateful shit. But one thing we are, bro, we both want to fucking, we have goals we want to reach for 2026. We've had fucking shit relationships for both of our ends that we've had to work each other through. We both experienced a lot together. And, this is, yeah, dude, I wouldn't be happier to do this with anybody else. If I'm being real with you, Austin's my goat. And, when it comes to Smash and stuff like that, like we'll talk, like we don't talk a lot about that. I feel like that's almost kind of fucking childish compared to what we actually want to talk about.
Yeah.
But we can start here, dude. We'll start fucking so fat, dude. Like, yeah. So I called
Oh
Austin the
yeah.
other day and I was like, hey, bro, I experienced this shit. I went out of my way. I was like, I will never implement another girl into Dream On. There will never be another Swish insert female name. And then I met somebody and then I did it. And I texted Austin the night of, and I was like, "Yo, dude, let's talk tomorrow. Let's see up tomorrow." And that morning, it all fucking went to the wayside because I self-destructed fucking hard. So Austin was giving me a lot of advice about that, and Austin made a very good point, and I also really respect where he's coming from with this. Not everything needs to be public, whether or not you make content or not, and especially when it comes to relationships. So, Austin, what do you think about that?
Yeah, when in my current relationship, everything like things are really healthy right now, and I believe I'm just a more of a private person when it comes to like intimacy, when it comes to like things that I do throughout my life with my significant other. I like to keep things private because not only do I not like to, people sometimes people offered advice and it could come from a good place of heart, but sometimes people just throw their opinions and it's just like invalid, also like people just kind of hate more often than not. You try to tell them something that you got going for yourself, and people will just try to drag you down or try to bring you down for no reason other than to just see you fail.
Yeah, and when you bring your relationship into something, you're asking for fucking trouble most of the time. I know I was, and yeah, dude, I got mommy issues, so I don't know what people expect. So I'm trying to work on that. 2026 will. So like, what's
So that's the
something?
resolution.
Yeah, 100%. But like what's something you want to achieve this year? Whether it be gaming related or IRL related, like what are you working on for Austin?
I got two things for myself. One thing I would like to pursue in my professional career, um, uh, I meant not pursue but progress because I am a student journalist. I am a journalist. I am a multimedia journalist for my school's news. My we have a TV news program, and I would like to start winning awards, start achieving a lot more, become a well more recognized name. Building that platform, get more built on social media, and branch out and just become more well known and hopefully land an internship. And my second goal is to lose some weight because I gained a little bit of weight over winter break, and so I'd like to lose. Like my girlfriend loves who I am right now. She loves me for who I am, but me, I think that my pants are fitting a little tight, so I kind of want to lose some weight. Eat a little less. I work out plenty as is. I'm pretty well built when it comes to muscle build. I just cut down on the calories a little bit. That's all.
I feel that. What do you like? What is it? Carbs or like what is it that's holding you back dietarily?
I think it's carbs because my whole life I struggled with love handles. Like I had really bad love handles because I ate a lot of sugar. But I think this time it's carbs. Like I'm starting to build the gut in the front, and that's very new for me. Especially I haven't experienced that since I was like 7 years old. So I think I have a little bit of gut in the front, and so now I'm just trying to cut that down a little bit. Obviously I run a lot, run a little more, just eat a little less. I think continue working out, maybe do more reps and less weight instead, just to cut down on that weight. Try to get in beach bod form. I think I have a good upper body build. I have a really good chest genetics and really good like shoulders and chest and not and traps and back. I have those genetics unlocked and I have good legs. So I just need to just cut down the belly a little bit. Other than that, I think I'm straight.
Hey, listen, anybody that's listening, dude, fucking run, jog, do some
Yeah,
cardio, get
yeah,
out,
run's good.
touch some grass. Fucking go do it, dude. It was the best thing I ever did for me,
Hell yeah.
myself, and everyone has a different definition of what they feel their body should look like, whether that be a certain level of body percent fat age or yeah, whatever, bro. You know what I mean? Like how they look physically, like however you perceive yourself, you should look. That's how you should look. But yeah, I mean, dude, diet's everything, bro. Fuck fast food. Fuck soda. Fuck all that bullshit. Fuck all them carbs. You can carb load once in a while, but I mean, look at this dude's fucking cheekbones, dude. That's looks maxing at its finest, dude. Good
Oh,
shoulders,
you're killing
yo,
me.
dude. Fucking yeah, dude. We're out here fucking looks maxing, dude. Not to be confused with what clavicular is
Uh,
doing, but like what we're doing, dude.
mhm.
Ongo maxing and swish maxing, which
Yeah, that's
also
what we're doing in 2026. That's the
swish
vibe.
swish maxing also includes picking the most toxic women fucking possible. Don't do that. That's the worst thing you could do, bro. Don't do that. Seriously, don't. But yeah, no, those are great goals, dude. I mean, like, yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
obviously you're
I
in the
mean,
fucking military, bro. You know how to work
you
out and
know,
shit.
yeah, that's one thing it taught me how to do was to work out and get out of doing stuff. The army was really good. I was really adaptive when it came to being a shit bag, what they call in the army.
Oh
I was
yeah.
very good at getting out of work. I would often lie about what I was gonna do. But it was clever about it. I never got caught. Like,
Fuck.
okay, I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. One time I told my unit that I had to help another like batter. So in the army we have some like your sections, right? They're called companies in most of the army, but in artillery, which is what my field was, they're called batteries. And so my battery had us like cleaning weapons, or we were like doing a layout or some like stupid, like it's just like every job has that one day where we just gotta like what's it called, inventory, like an
Hmm.
inventory day, right? Inventory, you just gotta go through everything, make sure everything's straight. I was not in the mood for that. I was very lazy, and I told him, hey, this one battery call me. They need my help. They need my help cleaning weapons. I went to my room, planned to take like an hour nap. I woke up and it's like back outside. It's like,
Fucking
um,
diabolical over here, dude.
and no one questioned it. Nobody knocked on my door, or at least didn't hear it. Nobody knocked on my door. Nobody blew up my phone. I had like one text asking if I was good or if I needed anything. And other than that, I was like, no one pressed me about it. And I never got caught being like a lazy fuck.
I don't know if
So
I really like find that a bad thing though, but like the thing is to take away for your own life, like that taught you a shit ton of fucking discipline, right?
oh yeah, the army taught me all sorts of things, but like I'm human and I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest more than anything. I was lazy too. Like you know, when it came to like actual time to grind, when we were out in the field, spending two weeks in the field with we don't have a roof over our head. We have sleeping bag, if that, or the metal floor, the back of a truck, right? So I made what do with what I could, and when it was really time for us to push ourselves, I pushed myself as hard as anybody else could. I climbed that rope, I did those push-ups, I ran that mile, but if I could help it, I was lazy too.
If there's one thing that I would like to take away from what you just said, though, I'm sure based on like what you just experienced, sleeping in sleeping bags and shit, it taught you fucking gratitude, like for what you have around you, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. When I went to Syria, I couldn't even drink the water there. I had to drink water bottles. I couldn't even drink out the tap. I mean, in Mexico too was the kind of the same. When I visited Mexico to see my dad's village, I kind of always understood that, and I didn't really have good internet. I barely had any internet. We had to become friends with each other and really grow to love each other on deployment, because all we had was each other. We didn't have any. We
And
couldn't
he
leave
couldn't
this
play
village, so
Nest, guys.
we.
He couldn't play Nest the whole time.
I know it's crazy though, because actually deployment is where I actually got into Smash Bros. Because one of my friends brought a Switch and we played off. We didn't have any internet, so we played offline, and that's where you're wrong, because I actually learned to play. Well, I actually started playing Smash Bros. There. I'll tell you the story about how I wanted to start competing. Is because our unit, we some of us would get together and play every few nights, and we would play Smash Bros. For like 2 hours. Half the time ended up with us almost fighting. We never got drunk, but we always were like about ready to fight because we just got sick of each other's shit.
That's so
And
fucking
and
true. That's so true.
I picked up Ness. I played a little bit of Smash in high school. Never played any of the characters really, but I loved Earthbound, so I picked up Ness, and I was like, I play Ness and Brawl, so I was like, I'm gonna play Ness. Easiest character ever. All I did was PK Fire, Nair, and forward air people, and they died.
Nothing's
Right? And
changed. Nothing's changed, my friend. Nothing's changed.
nothing changed. I just got better at it, better at cheesing people. So my unit holds a competition. They're like, okay, um, we'll do. So we had to pay for our Wi-Fi around there. It was like $50 a month for Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi was terrible. Like
Oh
terrible
yeah.
download speed. It was like very primitive.
In
We were,
Syria.
I'm
In
in
Syria, right?
yeah, it's here. We're in the middle. We're in a bombed out oil rig,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like
Yeah, you ain't
that's
playing
what
no
we're
Elite Smash, dude.
no way. The least smashes, nah. Nah. So we're doing this tournament, and I sweep everybody with Nest, and I get a month of free Wi-Fi because and so when I got back stateside, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start competing. I'm gonna start going to these locals. So I start looking up these tournaments from near Fort Drum, New York, which is where I lived, and this college a mile down the road called Clarkson
Oh shit.
had these weekly tournaments on Fridays, and sometimes I would lie to my unit, say, hey, I got this appointment, and I would sneak out and just go to these tournaments. And
I'm
that's where
familiar, bro.
that's
That's
where
a dope area though. That's a dope area.
yeah, Clarkson, North Country's so beautiful.
Yeah.
North Country's beautiful.
I love New
It's a
York,
very
bro. I love New York.
once you get to the country, or like once you get to like the mountainous areas, it's beautiful. Driving through the mountains is a very beautiful experience.
I mean, like, yeah, like just as far as Smash goes, like obviously, like, dude, like, I like I said, dude, frat bros, right? Like, I was in a
Yeah.
fraternity. You mentioned the whole not drinking and playing Smash. Well, we did that. We'd be like, fuck that. We're not gonna have anybody over tonight. We're not having any parties over here at fucking Pie Cap. We're gonna fucking 20 of us are gonna play Smash Bros, dude. And like that's like how I got in like into it seriously. Like honestly, it's the
Really?
same experience. Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. I mean, like playing soccer and shit in college and stuff. I mean, like this was something I did for fun, and then insert Cloud Strife into Smash and things like that. Like I played Smash my whole life, but like that was it for me. That's all I needed, bro. And then I started experiencing some of like the local scenes, which up here fucking suck. But that's just Northeast Ohio. There's a lot of cool people up here, but there's a lot of shitters too. Like not just bad players, but like people that just like don't want to fucking accept you because you're not them, I guess.
Yeah.
And like I
We
think
talked
that's
a little
whack.
bit on
Yeah, that's whack as fuck. But like also like you and I like as two Smash players that are better than most. Let's just put it that way. We'll just put it that way. We'll keep it
I
light.
think I'm like if I put it in like a soccer sense, I think I'm nowhere near pro, but I think like I'm well known. I think I'm well known online for sure. I think people if they hear Hongo, they know it's a Ness. They don't know if he's great, if he's goated, but they do know who he is and they know he's won some tournaments, you know. But I would like to say maybe I'm like upper echelons of like semi-pro if I had to put it in like a soccer sense.
I feel like anyone over like 2-2 or like could argue that because like you could if you locked in hard enough, like you obviously have the skill set to be able to do it. But my point is like we're two guys that are in the Smash scene pretty chronically. In fact, me more
Yeah.
so.
Sure.
But also we're also two guys that live pretty fucking normal lives.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, I mean, it depends how you look at it, dude. Like it's polarizing either way you look at it. But like we're not like, we're not like just struggling to find some interaction that we couldn't find before. We both come from pretty fucking normal backgrounds. We both fucking have like, social presence when we're around. But I think it's important for because we said we talk about relationships. I know is your girlfriend in chat still, dude?
Probably. I think she's probably got it on in the background. That's what she usually does.
All right.
So
Well, like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to expose it. Like, I would never do that. But anyways, it's all love. Anything that happened before any relationship you ever get in before you met the person should not matter. Can we just agree on that?
no, and I told, and I'm glad you brought that up because I did, one little thing is that my current relationship is nothing compared, like it's nothing. It's like so polar opposite to what my last relationship was. I told you a little bit. The last one was just so bad. It was a horror. It was a nightmare. Yeah,
Dude, good
it
point.
was like this relationship is so peaceful. Like she, she's confident. She's shy, but she's really like I don't want to say too much because private whole thing. But she's an amazing person. I love her, a genuine lover. I miss her all the time.
For sure,
And
for sure,
the
for
last
sure.
relationship was it was rocky from start to beginning. Even before we started dating, it was rocky.
Well, you said
So
something important
I'm
there.
I'm willing to say like,
Go ahead. You're good. Go
what's
ahead.
up?
Go. No, no, no. Please finish your statement. I'll finish after.
So like I want to take this moment to say like I never want to let go of this relationship so far. Like this relationship means the world to me. So like I'm willing to drop, I'll do anything for it. But
Hearts,
I
hearts
want
up,
to be
hearts
able
in
to provide
chat.
for her. She's amazing. So yeah,
But
I want to make this my future.
no, that's super dope. Shout out to your girlfriend, by the way. Honestly, like honestly,
Hmm.
it sounds like a dope chick, and especially if you're happy, then your friends should be happy. Therefore, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd feel the same way, right?
For sure.
Unfortunately, we haven't really got there for me yet, but we did have a good conversation about something the other day. How a
Hmm.
relationship starts, and we both shared some stories about how you can recognize whether a relationship is actually going to be good or not.
Hmm. Yeah, you touched on that a little bit. Yeah.
But like if you're like okay, let's say you're at some college party or some high school party or whatever the fuck party you're at or a bar or whatever it is, and some girl is willing to fucking open mouth make out with you in the middle of the fucking room and then go suck your dick in a bathroom. That's not wifey shit. And like I said, we weren't really going to be like nice. Like, yeah, it would be perceived as a certain light, but like we're trying to save shit here. All right. Like, that is not somebody that I would want to be with. Okay. If she has
Uh-huh.
no shame, willing, and again, personal experience, just for the disclaimer purposes, for me, I had a buddy who worked in the service industry. And he was
Yeah.
like head over heels over this chick because she just was like, yo, come fuck me in the walk in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know about
Nah,
you guys, but that's
nah, bro.
not she's for the streets because she's probably done that
Yeah,
multiple times.
yeah. When you told me that for the first time, I was just like, nah, bro. Like that's crazy. Like
Dude,
I don't know. First, I
he,
don't see myself in a situation like that, but it's like that's just wild. Like
yo, head over
I
heels
forgive
by the
people when they.
way. Head over heels by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, man. It's crazy.
Nah, nah. But like I mean, yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I was talking too loudly. Go
No,
ahead.
you're good. No, it's all. No, listen, man. I'm listening. It's we're too loud. Um, we're just two heads talking, man.
But
Please don't
also we're
worry too
trying
much.
to be like super fucking nice about what we want to say. All right.
Yeah, for
So bear
sure.
with us and we'll get a little better as time goes on. This is version fucking 1.2, dude. So like we're getting there, dude. We're getting there. But like my personal experience, one thing that in my relationships, one thing I always struggled with for myself was fucking infidelity. Like I was always like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
like I mentioned to you on the when we were fucking yapping the other day on the phone. I was like, everyone fucking runs at the first sign of trouble in their relationships, especially in modern day dating, which is like mostly what you and I were talking about. And it's true, and I'm part of the problem. I recognize it, and I haven't done it in a long time. But like a lot of people, they see like, oh, dude, this person fucking threatened our relationship in this weird way, or they said something I didn't like, so then they go fucking cheat, or they break up, and then they go on fucking Instagram, and then there you go, dude. Then you have a bunch of fucking OnlyFans guys and girls running around thinking they're the shit.
Yeah.
It's true, bro. Like finding loyalty nowadays is hard it's hard to find. So if you do find it, it's actually dope. But when I look back at
Yeah. What? Yeah.
no, you're good. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, yeah, I want to touch on that. One of my there's a guy I watch on YouTube. His name's Gerber Johnson. I think I brought it up in our last podcast too. He loves to talk. He talks a lot of things that are prevalent in today's age. Dating is hard. Dating is a competition
It's so hard.
for both ends of the sexes, and it's not natural selection, but it's rather like it's an absolute failure
Eh.
on many of these parts. And it's also
Yeah.
very unnatural because
Bars,
it's like
bars, bars.
it's extremely unnatural. Like people should not be trying to, you know, it naturally people aren't. It's like yes, obviously like the strong survival of the fittest, right? But people should find get with people who with good personalities, right? And everybody and the social media has clouded a lot of things, but like online, people are very doomer about like like she only wants to go for the top Chad, looks maxing, he's joking, mewing, he's got positive kids that are trying to hunterize, and it's like, bro,
W
like
fucking Austin, dude.
that
W.
shit's corny as hell, and people like it affects people IRL too. And I mean, it could be true to some extent, but for me, like, look, like, bro, look at me, like, I got this busted haircut, and I got a beautiful woman on my side. So it's really just a matter of how you carry yourself, and having faith in yourself and really loving yourself to the point that you want to make improvements and you know what's good for you.
Yo, Austin dropped a quick 32 bars. That was bars, dude. And like, I will counter a little bit of it just to give a little tug of war here, dude. But like, I do
Yeah,
think like, dude, looks do fucking matter. They do, as much as
looks do
no,
matter to an extent.
to an
To an
extent.
extent, and I do think they matter more than ever, but it's not necessarily our fault. It's 100% like social media.
Yes,
Social media has
yes.
put so much emphasis in like these like dating app scams. Like they want like only the top 1% people have actually like it's a waste of time.
It's
Dating
the
apps
dating
are a waste
meta.
of time.
It's the dating meta, and we're just adapting to it,
Yeah.
right? And
I
like,
think
there's
everything's an Israeli operative or in a
oh
CIA
shit!
implanted thing to control
Oh
people.
shit! That was
Uh,
something I wanted to bring up to dude. That's something I want to talk about. Maybe we can talk about it on a different episode. Yo, because we both agree on a lot of things, but we both disagree on a lot, right?
yeah.
We both come from two opposite sides of the political spectrum, but we're still good friends regardless. Like, we're still willing to
For
have those
sure.
conversations. And there's nothing wrong with however either of them are perceived. I think that those are all semantics and based on something that society implemented just to put us against
Uh-huh.
each other, and then everyone just fucking tweets at each other now. So like, it
Yeah.
does, like, none of that really matters, but we'll talk about that. But as far as dating goes, um, looks obviously matter because that's your first impression. So, smell good, take care of your body, work out, eat right, like, feel good, look good, perform good, shit like that, right? Like, I think that's important. But there's always underlying matters to everything. And I think one of the underlying matters is like how, not necessarily how you were raised, but your trauma. It's like things that you've experienced in your life. And that kind of gears you towards the relationship of what you're looking for, right? So if I have these horrible fucking mommy issues, right? And like, I'm fighting all the women in my life. Like, I've never really had a problem with a man. I've only had problems with women, but to the point where it's become, life threatening at some points. So like, naturally, like, I'm gonna find the toxic woman, aka the chick that with fucking tattoos or whatever different color hair for that week. It's gonna be intriguing to me. But I also like know what it's like to, be in college, fucking go around the block, fucking experience things. Like, I wouldn't recommend it, but I wouldn't trade the experience for the world because it did teach me a lot about myself that I'm still trying to learn. And Austin and I, especially Austin to me, I would argue Austin is way, well, actually, I don't even think it's arguable. Austin's way more level headed than I am. Don't do what I do, guys. Just don't. You can listen to what I say, but don't do what I do. All right. So if I say that I'm going to go hang out with some random fucking girl for the night, don't you go do the same thing. Don't vape, don't drink, don't do drugs. Fucking do whatever you think is appropriate. I just was really always addicted to the fast lane.
Yeah, but I think as long as you have that awareness and know what you could do better on, I think there's always hope and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how bleak things can get, I always think there's always a way out and there's always a solution to things. It may be hard, but things will figure itself out. I think at the end of the day, because it'll hit you one moment or another. You'll have that moment of clarity.
Somebody on the team actually DM'd me earlier and was asking how things were going, and I mentioned briefly what you and I talked about, and they said something similar. And it's dope to have a bunch of people around you that are like, "Yo, lock in, twin. What the fuck you doing, dude? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, what are we gonna do about this? Are you gonna
Uh huh.
sit there and be a bitch about it, or are you gonna actually do something about it?" And like, yeah, dude, like, we're gonna have days like I do all the time, like, just fucking being down, right? Like, you make a poor decision, whether it be relationships or whatever it is in your life, and you go, "Fuck, man, I shouldn't have done that." But be mad at yourself first, and then correct it. But that doesn't mean it happens overnight, right?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I agree with you completely. I have nothing to add to that.
Well, modern day dating, just based on what you said and what I said, like, let's be real, let's drop the fucking illusion here. Is that like the looks of how you perceive yourself is number one how it starts.
I do think yes, it's to a point but looks can only get you so far in a relationship. Because if like you could be an absolutely great person, and it depends on also what you want. If you're, top 0.1% looks maxer, and you're only looking, to sleep with people, I guess it would work out for you because they really only see you as a body. But like, you're looking, if you're looking to date, if you're looking for something long term, looks will get you so, only so far before people, people see behind the mask. You could be beautiful on the outside and absolutely disgusting on the inside. And I think a lot of those people, especially those top 1% people, tend to like, they're really good at being that narcissistic, have those walls up. That's just from my experience. Those types of people have like kind of a front that they put on. And, everyone has a little bit of a front. Everyone has a little bit of a different personality than what they show to other people, or especially in their private lives. But for me, I think, I try to be real with everybody. I try to be, if I don't like someone, I don't pretend to be their friends. That's who I am. If I don't like somebody, I make it kind of obvious.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's my
Yeah.
goat right
It
there,
is.
dude. But that's like where we disagree and agree at the same time. Like, you say that it doesn't matter. I'm saying it does. And the only reason I'm saying it does is because that's the opening window, right? So, like,
Yes.
based on how you look is how you get in. If you have a cool personality and you're honest, which I encourage, by the way, like, then you have a better shot, right? Like, at a
For
long term
sure.
relationship. And yeah, Austin's right. If you want to have some fucking one night stands or whatever, you can just sit there and fucking bone smash and look smash all you want. It doesn't matter. Like, looks are looks. There's only so much you can do about your looks, but there's a lot you can
That
do
is
about your
very true.
personality.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and yeah,
What do
for
you
sure.
what do you think's more attractive, dude? Personality or looks? I mean, like, dead ass. Like, what is the most intriguing thing you look for in a woman? It could be ass, tits, personality, face. I mean, you name it.
Okay, so from obviously there's that physical attraction. I'm gonna be attracted. If you know I will say, I think if she's like, obviously I look for someone beautiful, someone that I can see myself having children with, and knowing that we could have beautiful kids, right? That's something I always look for, and I look for, and I look it seriously. I don't take things lightly. Like, if she's beautiful, then I'll be with her. But I also want I don't want someone who's just beautiful, right? I want someone that makes me laugh,
Those are the
someone
worst.
that we can.
Those are the worst.
No, no,
No,
no.
just the hot chicks. The just hot chicks.
Yes, yes, the ones who
They're
are
the
just like
worst.
attractive and offer nothing else. It's like, how are you living? And it's just the same for guys too. I'm not just trying to like pick on women, but like for guys too, it's like, I know guys who, like, they're like, oh yeah, man, they'll show me their dating apps, and it's like, yeah, I like playing 2K, I like working out, I like playing Madden,
The most
COD, I like
vanilla shit.
COD,
Most
I
vanilla
like
shit.
Fortnite, I listen to Travis Scott and Kendrick Lamar, bro. It's like, you're a
Fuck
fucking
Drake, by the way.
NPC.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
capital N to the capital P to the capital C. Like, you're a
yeah.
bot, dude.
100%.
Like, you are assembly line made.
And they have the fucking hieroglyphic tattoos across their chest that don't mean a goddamn thing, and they get like one on their arm or something, and they think they're like super fucking special. But you're right, those guys, I usually typically don't get along with those guys unless they're real
Yeah,
about. If they're real about it though, and they're like, I play 2K, I like COD, and this is what I like, and they're cool. Like, yeah, sure, whatever, bro. But if you're
yeah,
doing
and it's
it,
just like people who don't like, okay, I one thing I can't stand is people who don't have like really like borderline autistic interests. Like, people who are like so neurotypical and like so like boring, who like shit on people who like anime or like Smash Bros. Like, those people like can get the fuck out of my life, because those, I'm
yeah.
sorry, but like, it's like they're just so boring to be around. They're insufferable. They're
Oh yeah,
like, okay, I'm gonna pick on the guys, because that's my, those are my people, those are my dudes.
that's
But
our
like,
people.
people who like, yeah, it's like you like, exactly. And like, if everything about you is like having, making stupid decisions, I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know.
So, like, just to piggyback off what you're saying, I do agree with you. And as someone who can, like, I don't know, like the spectrum thing to me, I don't consider myself on it. But like people who disregard like anime interests or like video game interests, and you and I've had this conversation. If somebody asks me what I do, I'm like, oh, I stream Smash Bros. And I play it, and I play it competitively, and they're like, that's fucking gay. I'm like, you're gay. Like, I don't fucking care what you have to say. Like, this is, yo, miss me with your dumb bullshit and just go somewhere else with it, because you're just trying to judge me for something that I'm choosing to do. And whether people want to be hateful about it or not, and I say that in a funny way, all right? I say that to be fucking funny. But also at the same time, like, dude, if you're gonna judge me for what I'm doing, where what I'm doing causes me to be more mindfully engaged, it causes me to adapt, it causes me to be more competitive, it causes me to understand that there is a best in the world, then I guess maybe like we have different interests then, right? But like if you like sports and you like video games or esports, whatever the case may be, what's the difference? It's all competition at the end of it, right? Unfortunately, dating has become competition, and you're right. And
Yeah.
dating has become more of a competition than it has ever been. And the whole reason for that is because I dated my, I'm not going to say what number X she is, but she was very much a strong, independent woman type. And I respect the fuck out of them, all right? Like they're good people. Like they're trying to do best by them and what they got to do and everything like that, but there's roles that need to be played in a relationship. And if those roles aren't being played, and one is playing more than the other, then it turns into a weird form of codependency, and then no one really ever achieves anything, and therefore people run at the first sight of trouble. And that's usually what happens. It literally just happened to me in real time. Not, well, yeah, this previous time. All the other times was like obviously on me. And like we talked, like, dude, like I'm very neglectful as a human being. And you were like, really? I don't believe you. I was like, yeah, no, I am. And then I gave you examples. I was like, yeah, I just like, yo, dude, like, yo, let's go get ice cream. No, we can do that next year when we're in Cabo, because I was just so obsessed with work and like achieving things. So I was just being selfish. And like another important thing you and I had talked about was like when being selfish turns into a detrimental topic. And I guess we could probably end it after that, because like your level of selfishness and what you perceive as that and what I do are two different things, and they might both actually be viewed as healthy at some point.
Right.
So what is your definition of being selfish in a relationship, and why do you think that's appropriate?
Well, I do think in a relationship, especially in a more committal one, you wanna put as much as you can without risking your own life or risking, obviously okay, don't you want to still have yourself. You want to have yourself and you want them to have their own personal lives. You don't want them to orbit around you. You don't want to orbit around them, but you want to meet in the middle and you want to have that perfect mix for each other. And I think that's what's the healthiest combination. Yes, you want to be each other's worlds at some point, raise that family. You would die for that person, they would die for you. But I think especially starting out, you need to like really have that true mix, really have that true mix and respect each other's schedules, respect each other's times. And that's what I feel works so well in a relationship is if you guys both respect that and are confident in each other and you designate that time. Even if things are busy though, you make that time for them. But you don't have to, you don't have to FaceTime 8 hours a day.
No, that's
Sometimes I feel like
unhealthy as fuck.
yeah, that's not healthy. But I think calling them, calling them once a day, sending them reels that you think they'll like. It's the small things, doing those small actions for them. And even if you're bogged down, let them know you still love them. Let them know you care for them. And I think that's a really
Yeah.
that's a healthy mix.
I do
But
think we are coming. Disclaimer: I'm just throwing it out there. Like, look, we are coming from the place of talking as two men.
right,
We are simply speaking from our own perspective, so don't take anything out of context. But this is what
yeah,
we both perceive as healthy. So yes, I just had to throw that out there. So please continue.
yeah, for sure. And I also no, it's really just rehashing what I said. Let's just find time for each other, makes things work for each other, but you don't have to like don't make them they're no, don't let them become, don't let them they don't have to be the focus of your world and you don't have to I don't know how to say it. What I'm trying to say is don't overcommit, don't become like extremely obsessed to the with them where they're like a little freaked out and don't have them be that, be that healthy mix.
Yeah, and like I'll extend on that a little bit. I think it's important, especially in a relationship that you and I are searching for. I think it's important for the two individuals involved to have separate hobbies, like separate
For
interests,
sure.
and then mutual ones as well. Like you could play
Yes.
Smash, she could like hiking, but you both like bowling. Like like there has to be some other like thing that like creates a little bit of friction. Friction's good. Arguing is good. Voicing your opinion is good. But I think a little bit farther on what you're trying to touch on too is that, yeah, dude, you can't sell your soul for anybody. And if you do, which let's be honest, dude, let's just talk from a male's perspective. A lot of dudes are willing to fucking sell their souls for these women, dude. I'm sure you've done it and I've done it myself. But we had to learn the fucking hard way like what the consequence of that is. So
Yeah.
I'm just on the polar opposite of like, yeah, no, I'm neglectful because I focus too much on what I want to do. But I also am like, hey, listen, I want to be wildly successful, and here's how I'm going to achieve it, and nothing will stop me. So if you want to be on the other side of it, you'll win. And
Right.
that's probably unhealthy to even think about. Hence the reason, my previous relationship probably failed. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that like play into it, but relationships are so dynamic. But like modern day dating and being transparent about how they actually are nowadays, there's not a lot of that talk going on in video game culture or Twitch culture or Smash culture, like at all. And most of the guys that are talking
Mhm.
about it have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
You and I come from pretty fucking traditional fucking sports backgrounds, like normal shit.
Right.
And ladies, anyone that's listening to this, don't ask your man what his fucking body count is. Just don't do it. He doesn't care what yours is. Move on.
If they're not insecure, I think if a man, okay, I'm gonna drop a hot take. Some people might disagree. If you're really, um, if a body count is like the number one determining factor in a relationship, like if you're gonna judge someone on their body count, I think that's a little insecure.
It is
Cause
100%.
like, who cares, you know? Like,
How were they supposed to know if you and said person were supposed to be together? How would they know if they never met you beforehand?
yeah,
Were they supposed to not fucking sleep with that dude because they said they were going to meet you in a year? No.
yeah. Now that being said, I want the friendly me. What only matters to me is the present. Is the present. Now, like obviously, I wouldn't like date someone who's like, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't date like someone who did like adult content,
Oh god no.
who was like infamous on the internet. But like I'm saying,
Bonnie
like
Blue, bro.
if I'm
Hell
trying,
no.
yeah,
No, go ahead. No, I just had to insert Bonnie Blue into that because that's like the pinnacle of
yeah,
what
no,
what you're saying. No, I would never
yeah,
date a
no,
girl
I
that
wouldn't date anybody like that. But like for me, it's like, you know,
that should have been the red
I'm not gonna
flag for
judge.
me.
Yeah,
Being on OF with somebody, yeah, not exactly wifey material, bro. And like there were some
mhm,
other things that we had discussed that were like probably a little bit more fucking, we have to figure out how to say correctly because you're on Twitch. And
yeah,
Twitch definitely takes that shit into consideration. But like, nah, like we've been through some actual real shit, like when it comes to relationship. And the whole reason we wanted to talk about this shit in the first place and why we want to do this is because we're trying to stop people from making similar mistakes to us. And we're also trying to, dude, it takes a fucking, you got to fucking take your shot, dude. You know what I mean? Like if we want to come talk about some things and people can take away from what we're saying. And again, we make jokes, we're funny. Like, dude, we're two fucking good friends that are fucking making a podcast together, fucking around. Like, don't take
yeah,
everything we're saying super fucking serious unless you perceive it that way.
yeah. I'm no expert. Like I am no professional. I will be the last person to claim to know everything about anything. It's I think it's just what I'm saying is just what I've experienced in life.
Yeah, and I think that's all we can do. But I also think for future episodes, we should do some of what, especially if it's just you and me for a couple of weeks. Which I mean, like, let's just, yeah, it should just be you and me for a while. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I
we
wouldn't mind that at
discuss.
all. I mean, if we want to bring a guest once in a while, I wouldn't mind. Like, especially from in house, I would love someone else in house to talk. I know Rowan was a really good addition to our the
Yeah.
first time we did a podcast.
No, and I'm down. But like, like there's always like schedule conflicts and stuff like that. And like you and me obviously work pretty
Yeah,
well together with that. But like we'll just run it with us for a little while. But we should talk a little bit.
yeah, for
You
sure.
mentioned the Israeli thing. We should talk about that. We
No,
should talk
listen,
about
hear me out, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out.
uh,
My
just saying,
me
dog.
and my no, I want to say something if you don't mind.
No, please.
Like it's a joke. It's a joke because like I made a joke with my girlfriend earlier today. We were watching the show, and and I called. She has a dog, right? And the dog was on the bed, and I was like cuddling with the dog. I was like, "Oh, you're trying to distract me from my girlfriend on my little favorite little Israeli implant to distract me, my little CIA agent." Aw.
yo,
I like to joke about that
yo.
because Instagram has enlightened me about like how fucked up this world is, especially like with the CIA and these government
Oh
agencies.
yeah.
Like it's really messed up. And
I
and there's so many theories that I have that would probably get me like, knocked off this planet, but I'm just
no,
gonna say
dude.
it. Why not?
No, you can
I'm a
only
plebe.
you can only get canceled if you allow them to cancel you, bro. I'm totally down to have these conversations like publicly. I don't give a fuck. I'm very researched. I literally wake up every morning and fucking look at this shit.
Because at the end of the day, what am I gonna do? I can't do much about it. Like it's public knowledge. At this point, they just flex what they do in front of everybody. Like I don't even think they're trying to hide it anymore. And like,
No,
what am I gonna do? I can't. I'm not a threat to
you'd
anyone.
be surprised though, because the voice of reason is social media and the youth. The younger generations are starting to pick up on what the older generations couldn't.
Yeah, we are noticers. We are
We're
noticers.
noticers, right? So like I'm gonna say, dude, free Palestine. Like I fucking hate it. I hate whatever the fuck's going on over there, dude. I don't like whatever they're doing, and I know enough, and I could say enough facts about it to the point where it would make sense. But I am very anti fucking Israel, and I really don't fucking care if anybody knows that or not. I've been pretty open about it, but I only say that based on facts. I only say that based on knowledge. I'm not saying that based on hate. I'm not saying the fucking Holocaust didn't happen. I'm not saying any fucking weird bullshit. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah. Listen here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a moment. I don't mean to interrupt you. Like, if you're listening and you're a young, impressionable guy and you're looking for an unk to tell you something, do not mistake anti-Israeli Zionist regime for anti-Semitism. Do not use that as an
yeah,
excuse to be
no,
anti-Semitic. Don't be that aged 12-year-old to try to like use this as an excuse to just hate on Jewish people
W
because
pickup, Austin. W pickup.
like yeah don't like respect, respect and love Jews all the same. It's just there's a certain group of people within Israel who wish nothing but death and destruction for a completely innocent population of people. I
Correct.
think their placement there was a mistake, and I think that's also a fault on the British Empire. The British Empire made a mistake putting them there. They could have given they like honestly what I think they should have done, my personal opinion, I think the Brits should have put the Jewish populations in like a southern part of Germany. I think the German land should have been turned into that area, but now it's put into a predominantly Muslim area, and I think it's caused nothing but trouble since their emplacement there in the late 40s,
I
1948.
agree with you
And there's been a
100%.
struggle there, for even before World War II. It's been a struggle, but giving him that official place of living, I think, has caused nothing but destruction and wars and death
Yep.
for decades.
It's also very like I mean, like it's biblical. Like, that's the Holy Land, right? And like there's a lot of things going on over there, and we were, in Revelations it talks about when something happens on the Holy Land, it's part of fucking Armageddon, right? It's in Revelations, like I
Yeah,
mentioned. And like, the people fail to take in consideration those are human beings on the other end of it,
facts,
right? So like it
facts.
doesn't matter if it's biblical or whatever the Jewish people believe. And again, like Austin said, perfect pickup, by the way, W Austin. Like, don't fucking hate on your local Jews because, you know, some other top 1%ers are the ones that are doing all the rest of this. Like, that's not what we're saying. We're simply just talking about world shit when we actually do discuss this, which we will. And we're both very educated about this, and we'd be willing to take any opinions about it. I mean, I would. I don't know about you, but like, I'd love to hear what people have to say about this. And I think we should give them
Yeah,
an
I
open
have.
space to be able to talk about it and not condemn them for it, because I'll be open
Yeah,
minded.
and I have. I Yeah, and I like from a personal experience. I have Jewish friends who absolutely who condemn what's going on in Israel and in Palestine. I think it's awful. They think it's awful. And so I stick up for those that I know, and I think everyone deserves to be loved. And I don't think in action. It's kind of like when the whole like 9/11 thing happened, and people started like just um hate criming like Muslim people. It's like awful stuff. Like they didn't have anything to do with it as long as they're not sympathizers of it, I don't think. And we're a society where we should be above, violence like that. So I think um you should never go kill someone who's Muslim just because radical Islamist terrorists, you know, knock down the Twin Towers.
It's all propaganda at the end of the day, dude. Because
Yeah, and
I
I think
agree
I
with
think
you.
it's a hate-driven campaign for sure.
I
Hold
think
on, I'm gonna
that
take 1 second.
Yeah, but while
Yeah,
while he's gone, I'm gonna say one thing though, dude. Like, yeah, don't be hateful on people for their race and shit like that. We're all trained to be that way at some point in our lives, depending on where we're from. But if you're from the Middle East, Nigeria, Syria, it doesn't matter where you're from, dude. Like, we're on some like love speech shit. Like, no matter how much shit we talk, like, dude, you gotta be able to like fucking have jokes and make fun of shit in order to get through life, dude. Like, laughter is truly the best fucking medicine. And like, if you can't make some jokes about some things once in a while, maybe you don't want to be surrounded by the people who can't accept that. And that might be on me or anybody else that actually views that like light of how they should discuss things. But at the end of the day, dude, we're not talking about some hateful shit. We're talking about some worldly shit that's currently going on. And like I said, we stand on two opposite sides of how we view things, but we both can probably recognize that the political infrastructure is all based on semantics and how people want us to perceive them. They're all human words. But it's not about that, because how can humanity exist or perceive to move on forward without some form of togetherness? So we have to be real about shit. And there's people that fucking watch us that want to fucking know these things. And we're trying to tell them, hey, this is what's real. You make your own determination from that point. But at the end of the day, the message should always be the same. Love and fucking accept people no matter what. But do your own research first.
Hell yeah. And also, one thing that someone brought up on social media that really like opened my eyes. I think what we need to focus on is taking down that top 1%. I think the top 1%. I think the top like.
Fuck the
I think
1%.
that top infrastructure has got a hunt. Like I think it's like we got it. I think it. We become way too much of like a class, not a class war. I think it needs to be a class war. I think it needs to be a class war of like everyone else against the 1%.
I
And
agree.
what these top people are trying to do is divide us by color, by color, by political party. And I think we just need to all unite together and take that top percent, because those are the people that want it for us to distract each other with bullshit, and then they just go back to putting kids on islands and shit, and it's just
Yeah.
awful.
I mean, to dumb down what you're saying, like all the words that are described for us to hate each other are all constructed in some form of a language. Like they're all just societal constructs. Like they really are. Doesn't
Yep.
matter what language you speak. If I'm taught to hate Hispanic people, then that's what I'm gonna do. And you're very impressionable as a child and how you're raised and everything, what state you're from in the United States or province in Canada or whatever it is. You are trained to believe a certain way. And it is your job, once you reach a certain point of cognition in your life, to start doing your own research. And if you don't, that is the true definition of ignorance.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% believe that. I 100% agree.
And when you were gone, I was like, yeah, dude, if we can't fucking, like, laughter is the best medicine, dude. If we can't make jokes about shit, then what the fuck are we doing? I mean, yeah, we're going to
For
make
sure.
jokes about
I
shit.
think being able to make jokes, I think being able to make light or like laugh some especially something really bad. I think being able to laugh it off is important.
Know your audience when you do it, though. And, like, know what you're getting yourself into.
Yes.
Like, I knew what I said it earlier. I know what direction I plan on taking my shit. And I know what direction, how other
Hmm.
platforms perceive things. I'm telling you right now, it's about, like Austin said it earlier, about, like, even in relationships or even in life. Being fucking honest is only going to get you where you need to be. And also, if you're honest, it's going to weed out all the fucking dumbasses in your life that are trying to that you're lying to while you're putting this facade on. And we're all guilty of it. You're in high school and the jocks are doing this and you're a fucking goth kid or whatever the fuck. Like, y'all lie to each other all the time. We all do it in fucking adulthood too. But we got to drop the fucking act, because the world is bleak and a lot of our generations, millennial down, do not want to have children anymore. And that's a problem.
Yeah, and our world shouldn't be like that to where people don't want to have children. It's natural for us to reproduce. It's natural for us to work, reproduce, have kids, and pass it on. Pass everything on and live a good life and pass away peacefully. Or also war is natural too. But I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's human
It's not
interactions,
good. It's not good if the world is bad enough to where people are like intentionally abstaining from having children.
which I am. Like, I obviously discussed it personal experience and we can get into it another time. But, like, yeah, no, I did that. In fact, doing something that I disagree with entirely. Because you're right.
Yeah.
In my eyes, the purpose of life for everyone involved is to fucking procreate. Like, that's why we are here. We are here to make better for the generations after us and before us. The circle of life. Your parents have you, and they take care of you when you're a kid. So naturally, you would take care of them when they get older, and then you take care of your kids, and then vice versa, and then the circle of life continues. We don't
For
really
sure.
live in that anymore. And yeah, we've been on our high horse about this shit. And yeah, dude, the message is always the same with us, especially both of us. Togetherness, help each other, fucking grow up. Mature yourselves, work on yourselves, but you can't do that by blaming everybody else all the time. So we're not doing that. We're simply just having a discussion, and we didn't say it was going to be fucking pretty. Okay? We certainly never said it was going to be pretty, because we're on fucking Dream On and we're all about positivity and fucking mental health. Part of mental health is fucking recognizing the actual problem So we're just trying to do that, and we'll be bringing more for you guys. That's for sure.
For sure, yeah, man. I'm
And
always down to have a talk.
Austin's my guy, man. We have talks all the time, bro. That's my goat, dude. I fucking love Austin. It's all love. He
I try
knows
to keep
that.
it real.
He does, dude. We on that gang shit. No, we're not though.
Bro,
But
no, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to. I can't go back on what I said and talk. I said I don't want to talk about the previous stuff that happened with you know who, and
that is some
be like
gang
I'll
shit.
slide on them for Dream On, bro.
And you did. And a lot of people did. And guess what, dude? We say the
Yeah,
same shit and we just clear the fucking air right now. Move on.
yeah.
We want to move on. We want nothing to do with it.
But
Please move on.
yeah, you're right. You're
Everyone,
right.
it's a bunch of fucking internet bullshit. And if people want to fucking manifest whatever they want, which, there's been hate on both sides and a lot of it, was out of context and things of that nature. So the best thing to do is what? Fucking disregard. Disengage.
For sure, bro.
One of the few instances, well, actually, one of the most instances I would say in my life where turning the other cheek is the most appropriate. But if you want to stand on business, you better stand on it.
Yeah, for sure. And listen, I'm like I told you, like I am the last person to want to to seek out a fight, right? I'm the last person, but if you fuck with me or mines, like shit will get handled. And
Yeah.
it won't be, and it's not going to be like this whole like dramatic thing, like it's
Not gonna be
just
no turf
we
war online, bro.
yeah, we can just like 1v1 about it. We can talk about it, and just put our dukes up and move on. Take your
That's
ass
my
whooping
point.
and
If you're
move
gonna
fucking
talk,
on.
if you're gonna talk like a fucking like you're saying on business, you better fucking do it. And usually that
But
comes down to some
I'll
other
never
shit.
I'll never seek out a fight on anybody.
No,
I'll
me
never seek
neither.
out. I hate
You
fighting.
should never want to seek out a fight because that also is a form of insecurity. Because you're just looking for something. Like that's almost like a dopamine release for some people. And a lot of people just want to see reactions out of other people, and a lot of people give it. But you should know when you should give the reactions, when you should, and when you shouldn't. We gave our reactions, and the rest already transpired. So I mean, like we're just trying to move on. We're just trying to focus on us. We're trying to focus on ourselves individually as a team. I mean, you name it, bro. Like me and Austin making this together and like banding back together after everything we've done and what we've been through together is simply just a sign of brotherhood for both of us.
Hell yeah.
If
But you
somebody,
still ain't come to Illinois yet. That's the problem.
yeah,
No, I'm just playing.
yeah, that you already, yeah, I got all my fucking IRL shit and everything I'm dealing with
Yeah,
right now,
I'm
and
just I'm
like,
just I'm just joshing.
no, I mean, it is what it is. And like, I was talking to Eli about it earlier because he messaged me about it. And like, yeah, I want to come meet everybody. And like, that's the goal of 2026. And I'm done letting like things stand in my way about it. And I get in my own way sometimes too. And then I say I'm not. And then I do. And I'm sure I will again because I'm a human being. And we're not
Yeah.
perfect. But yo, dude, this was dope. I really enjoyed doing this. And yeah, dude, as we progress, obviously, we'll get more structured with it. But like we said, dude, there was no fucking script on this one, dude.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, we tried the script. I feel like I didn't think it was terrible. I mean, I thought it was a good start. But
Just
I'm down to work with whatever. We adapt, we overcome.
we'll
I'm
find out
down. I'm
what we
always down.
should talk about.
I think we should do a Q&A. I think we should get over this. I think if we're gonna do this next Sunday, actually, yeah, I do want to do this next Sunday, but we should
Yeah.
probably do it before the Super Bowl because I'm gonna have family over
I'm gonna
and
be at
we're
my
I
buddies for that. So yeah, no, we can do it before. I'm down.
like what time would you go on Sunday though?
I think we should do it like if we pick Sunday, we should continue to do it on Sundays. I don't think it matters what time.
Okay, but we can move the time. And what I
Yeah,
think, and
yeah.
for those in the chat, if you have questions you want to ask anonymously, like we can, or we can do like this anonymously, or you can ask questions in general. Like we can read out some questions on stream and answer them.
We did do that. We do have in the Dream on Discord, exclamation point Discord in my chat, which I'm not live, but it's also in my YouTube comments, or sorry, in my description. Join it up. Like we're all about fucking mental health and togetherness and everything, but we're also real as
Oh
fuck.
yeah,
So if you guys do have questions, drop them in Austin's chat. DM us privately. No names will be shared. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people do have questions they want to ask, and maybe they want a public answer too, but that they don't want to, bring out. But if you do, go for it. Ask us whatever you want. We're more than willing to answer them. And I don't know about you, bro, but I'll answer anything. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, bro to bro, I'll answer whatever. I'm not gonna pretend like I'll have the perfect answer, but I'll give you the best answer to my ability. I think I'm decently intelligent, so I think I can give you a coherent answer with some sort of direction and purpose.
We don't fit the mold of what the normal fucking streaming society wants us to be or the Smash community. So a lot of people draw to that and they want information because they go, "Oh, damn, that's somebody that I view in my realm." And yeah, we're willing to, be real with you guys, but like also expect a real answer. We're not
Yeah.
gonna fucking
100%.
sugarcoat any of this bullshit just to fucking pander to anybody anymore. I think that's kind of what the problem has been for a long time, honestly, the pandering of how we handle people's emotions when they're inherently doing something wrong. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I just mean in general, including myself.
Yeah.
But we'll figure out some other shit. And as time goes on, we'll get better with everything. Scripts, yeah, whatever, fuck all that. We just did this shit off top, dude. And I'm happy we did it. And I would, shout out Hongo, shout out Austin. That's my brother. I wouldn't be fucking happier to do this with literally probably anybody else, dude. Like, I think if anyone that I would to make a podcast with about real shit, it would be. So I fucking love you, dog. I'm happy everything's going well for you, bro. And yeah, dude. You got anything else you want to say?
Um. Uh. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I guess love yourself. You know, always love yourself and always keep yourself in focus. Always put yourself first. Um, know that there are always things that you can do better, but still remember to love yourself and don't forget to treat yourself. Treat yourself well. Make time for yourself. Um, obviously do what's important, but always put yourself first.
100%, bro. That's good. And 100% focus on yourself, but also make sure you check on the people that you love too. I mean,
Also, one more thing. Also, I think what's also important is don't and we didn't talk about it that much, but don't force yourself. Don't try to beg someone to be your friend. Don't beg someone to have that. If there's someone that you feel like you're putting that much effort for and you're not getting what you could deserve, you don't have to beg them to be your friend. It's like
no,
my dad said, you don't need that many friends in your life. I have a small group of friends, and they're all and I don't and there's a thin line. There's a thin line between I have this line, this obvious line between friends and acquaintances. I have a lot of acquaintances that I can laugh once in a while, but if we're not hanging out, I don't consider you a friend.
you took the words right out of my mouth, dude. Honestly, if someone, if there's like, if you're trying too hard and they're not, it ain't worth your time.
For sure.
It never is. It should be natural. All relationships that like are bred into some good light are basically natural. Are there some fallacies in between? Sure. But Austin's absolutely correct, dude. Fucking focus on you first. And if you got to put too much energy into someone and they're not giving it to you back, guess what, dude? There's a fucking 1,000 other people in a 10-mile radius that would give you the same amount of energy, whether it be friendship or a relationship that you're looking at romantically. Don't sell yourself short, dude. Don't ever sell yourself short.
For sure.
But we'll get more
I
into
would do
that.
it. Hell yeah, we will.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to this? Because we said 20 to 30 minutes. We ran to an hour.
Yeah, no, I have nothing. I feel like if we don't cut it off here, then I'm gonna keep talking shit. Hey, okay, awesome. Hold on. He
Yeah,
said
chat.
Zero
We're
Junk asked,
yappers,
can
dude.
you he said, can you ask Swish if he's going to be playing in the 3-day challenge bracket? Well, I don't even know what that is. Okay, can you give me a
Oh,
little
dude,
rundown
I
of what that
forgot
is?
to start it. Oh shit. So
Oh
yeah,
damn.
this is the second time we did it. I did it for a sub goal challenge on my Twitch channel, and like like oh, I'll pick a different character for oh, who's calling me? That's nothing. I did something where like you play a different character for 3 days. Like that's not your main. You just pick it. You commit to it. You play in 3 different brackets. You record the results in the Discord, and then we do like an in-house like 3 day where like everyone solo mains that character that they chose.
Mm-hmm.
So like I pick
I
Greninja.
see.
Horrible decision online, by the way. Don't ever do this ever again. I'll never fucking do this offline or online ever. I'm never playing, dude.
Online Greninja sucks, bro. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's the
It's
worst,
sad.
dude. But yeah, I said I would start this shit at 8. It's 8:15, and that's probably what he was talking about. So yeah, but also Zero Junk's not in this. But yeah, Austin, like if you ever want to pull up, do this shit, like we announce it or whatever. You just pick like you want to play Roy and shit, dude. Like come through. Just play 3 separate brackets with Roy, solo maining Roy, and then playing it in house, and we all play our secondaries that we chose that week. Little community thing.
Okay.
Little community thing. You know what I mean?
And it starts today. I would do it today, but I was gonna watch Attack on Titan with my girl, and I gotta go to the gym. I gotta hit back. I got those plans.
Fucking girl,
But
fucking Giga Chad, right, dude? Whatever, dude. I'm just kidding. Now, no, dude, you go take care of what's actually important. I'm gonna go fucking play Greninja now.
We'll go farm them for me at
I'm
least.
not gonna do that, dude. I'm not like Greninja can't do this shit online, bro. I'm going fucking Aegis or something next time, dude. I'm on some other shit, dude. I was
Yeah,
trying
I
to
don't know
find
why
some
you
shit.
wouldn't go Aegis. Aegis is so free. Okay, people. Okay, so listen. Shout out Pacola, my good friend, but he tried to tell me that Aegis, or he tried to tell me that like Mithra and Pyra were like hard characters. I'm like,
No, no, they're
okay,
not.
especially Mithra. Especially Mithra. He tried to tell me like Mithra was hard. I'm like, bro, it's not. But they're so freaking easy, dude.
I picked Greninja because it covered a lot of the heavies that I struggle with, and that's it.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, I'd rather just play Aegis. I would rather just play Aegis or Zero
Yeah,
Suit
Aegis is so
or Zero
stupidly
Suit
easy. It's just right. I
or
just turn my brain off and just mash shit because I'm fast with Mithra, and then just kill people at 30% because I can down air at ledge with pirates. Dumb as hell.
that's it, dude. And we got a bunch of Aegis downplayers. I'm a fucking main secondary of Aegis, and I'm saying I hate how people downplay Aegis, dude. I think Aegis is broken, broken.
Yeah, it just is broken. No one can gaslight me into thinking it's not.
No, dude, I play the fucking character. Does it mean it works all the time? Absolutely the fuck not. But it's still broken. But yeah, I'm gonna go fucking run this, and you're gonna go do actual important shit, and I'm gonna go play Greninja.
I'd be down to do something tomorrow. It's just I have schedules I gotta follow, and I also need to like meal prep because I'm trying not to eat slop
AKA
7 days a week.
priorities.
So
Priorities, dude. And that's important, dude.
oh yeah.
But we got a lot of shit coming around the corner. Don't worry, bro. I try to hit you up when we ran the last pop up. I'll call you like literally every time. Like
Yeah, for sure, bro. I like pop ups, so I don't miss out on those.
yeah. So I'm gonna go stop pissing people off, and I'm gonna go run this. I'm gonna stop the recording. Make sure you
Yeah.
guys check
Well,
out
yeah, and this. Yeah.
H0NG0_TTV on Twitch, and this will be on my YouTube channel, SwitchGod24 on all socials. Check us
Hell
out,
yeah.
dude.
All right.
Dream on's
All right.
finest, baby.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it, bro. I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right.
Gotcha. Until
Peace out,
then.
dog. Hell yeah.